I don't think either one takes a pay cut. I don't think there's any way, Mike, these two can end up on the same team.
Chase is giving everybody a heart attack for two reasons. He's saying that Justin Jefferson possibly, well, I should say cryptically, he's responding to tweets like this. Are they bleeping, trading for Justin Jefferson? Could he be reuniting with his former LSU teammate? So he quote tweeted this. Senior, I'm going to walk you through this one because I know you and the internet. So he at Justin Jefferson, so he's bringing him into the conversation, says, please answer these people, LOL, IDKY, which means I don't know why. They think I'm calling the shots. WYD, yo. What do you do, yo? I think that's what that means. I'm good with the internet. I don't really understand this. But basically, he's bringing Justin Jefferson into conversation. I don't know if they're just trying to dupe us or what. But imagine if that happens. I'm sprinting to the window to bet the Bengals, Senior.
Listen, I thank you for trying to explain all that to me because I'm with you. Some of the things I know, some of the things I don't know. Most of the time, I'll act like I do know it. When other times I don't, I'll just throw my hands up and say, listen, I don't understand all this. But listen, he's answering people, but he's kind of adding fuel to the fire, right? I mean, this is players, we see this all the time, whether they scrub if their team from their social media, if they're mad at them, or if they want them to add somebody like here. But it gets everybody riled up, right? It's amazing what one tweet can do, whether you understand it or not, Mike.
And I will say, Gojo, maybe you can help us with this one, because the first tweet was, this will be a crazy with a K story to tell. And then everybody replied to that saying, does that mean Justin Jefferson's coming? I don't know where they got that from. So tell us, is the K crazy? Does that mean something, Gojo?
No, you know what? I don't think we have to go too ancient aliens on this to try and wrap our head around a lot of what we're seeing right now. And what I'd imagine, if you're my dad, probably reads somewhat close to hieroglyphics anyway with all of this right now. An internet shorthand is my love language. It's not necessarily yours, Dad, and that's okay. That's why we've got translators here to help you out. I think a lot of times guys just get bored and like messing with people. Like these tweets usually end up being about anything but the situation that we all think they're about. But this is something for these two guys. Obviously, they have been linked before. And obviously, this has been something that they have talked about publicly before, where they have mentioned life after their current stories, life after their current iterations. These guys do have the background together. We interviewed both of them for different reasons. They were both associated with that Sleep Number commercial together. So I'm sure they talk. I mean, the fact that we did have both of these guys and Joe Burrow on one team in college, always fun to go back and think about. Like, we're going to have to explain to a future generation that, no, that wasn't some hypothetical jersey edit. They really got all those guys on one team, and they were a buzzsaw. But, Dad, these are the kind of questions I think that are going to linger and come up a little bit more until Justin Jefferson signs on the dotted line with the Minnesota Vikings, because, again, they've got him in-house. They are in an advantageous spot because this is a league where injury makes the risk of not signing a long-term deal as soon as you can just that. It's a risk. It's a massive opportunity for injury to creep in and undermine that. And for Justin Jefferson, who just went through a season last year where injury popped up during the season, you had multiple quarterbacks there, and he still found a way to crack 1,000 yards and be insanely productive. But it was one of those seasons where you kind of get brushed back off the plate a little bit and you get reminded, hey, it's not always going out there and having one of the stable quarterbacks, and it's not always being healthy and being ready to go. And I do wonder how that might change any of the decision-making with this for Justin Jefferson at all, or if it's as simple as him and his agent are waiting for the right number to come across their desk, and when it comes across, that's going to end all of the worrying for Minnesota fans.
So, again, he would be going into Justin Jefferson, his option year, which he'd make $19 million. So that's why they're looking to get that deal. And Jamar Chase, he finished his third season, so he can actually sign an extension now, this offseason. So let me just say, even though you hear Jamar Chase say, I ain't a selfish player, I don't mind if I have to take a pay cut, he might have to take a pay cut. Neither one is taking a pay cut. These two are, Mike, I don't think, Mike, these two are not going to be on the same team. There's no way you're paying these two guys what they're going to be worth. I don't see them taking pay cuts. I see them And let me tell you, the Union and the rest of the wide receivers would hate to see that. Forgetting these two together, I mean, the part of taking a pay cut, that just keeps the market down because these guys are going to go to be the highest paid wide receivers. That's what the Union wants. That's what players want. Keep setting the mark higher and higher because the salary cap is going higher and higher. So I don't think either one takes a pay cut. And I don't think there's any way, Mike, these two can end up on the same team.
No, I think this is a lot of like fun that we're doing with the gap in time between Justin Jefferson's contract getting signed and the fact that, now he is dealing with turnover at the quarterback position. And I'm sure in an honest moment, probably not super thrilled about the prospect of having to go out here and break in a rookie or deal with Sam Darnold as the bridge guy or any of the number of permutations that come after having a sure thing at quarterback, even if he's not the best thing in Kirk Cousins. So I'm with you on all that. And I think right now, the stuff you mentioned with the receiver market, that's not a small thing. The rest of the receiver market does not seem like, with all these great young talented players coming in, it's in a position to cash in the way these two guys that have been so unquestionably good are in a position to go and cash in on this. And so the thing I'm going to be curious about is, does Justin Jefferson and his camp play the game at all in the lead up to this? Are they forced to? Because the Vikings right now, in my mind, you got to give him whatever he wants. Like, you're in a position with zero leverage at this point if you're Minnesota, because you need this dude to get you to where the hell you're going to go next. If you're Kevin O'Connell, you're the organization at all. Like, you don't have a choice but to hand over the sun and the moon to this dude. And if it's anything less than that, I'll be curious what starts to come out of their camp in terms of things like this that could be aimed at pressuring the organization.